Hello everyone, I am back today with another video. This is going to be a ranked game on Strategus, and it is going to be against Zach21, who I believe is currently the number 3 player on the website. With over 700 ELO, he is one of 3 players to reach that, along with, I believe, Vince Van Jeffen, also known as Spion, and 7Cs. And I am currently where I left off in the last video, I believe about 550 something. So if I can get a win here, that would bring me to a new ELO high. What I'm currently at is my current high. I believe I'm number 13 right now, ranked on the website. Zach is usually a very aggressive player, and you can see he's already come in with a major. Okay, I almost figured he would do that. So there were a couple things I could do there. I could move the captain over, which would probably just give him a free sergeant, because he'd probably take over and take the sergeant. Or I could do that and just let him take that piece, the captain, and then I would take with my colonel. That's not great that he discovered a bomb so easily, but I think I'll be fine. So Zach is a very aggressive player, as I was saying. I'm going to go ahead and scout this just for good measure. Major, okay. That's a bit unfortunate. I was hoping to maybe just get a bluff scout and then be able to trade that off, but... So Major and Colonel here, that makes me think that there's probably something good backing these up, but as I said, as I keep trying to say, he is very aggressive. So that's something I really just have to take notice of. He's acting a bit scared with this Colonel, as if there might not be anything here to even protect the Colonel, perhaps. But I'll be glad to take that Major. He'll probably take me General. Okay, so that's why he was scared with the Colonel. I think he realized that he didn't have anything to guard the Colonel, maybe from a Marshal, or from a General, rather. He probably, maybe has the spy. I might as well scout that and just see what it is. Lieutenant, okay. So we know his General, we know his Lieutenant, we know his Colonel. The Major spawned here, Colonel spawned here, Lieutenant here, General here. So I think his Colonel didn't have any backup at all. That's why he was trying to play 2 square rule with me over here. Spy might be here at best for him. But I'm down a Colonel, up a Major, and also up a Scout, but that doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm gonna just advance a little bit in the center. I feel safe with my Colonel because I can bluff pretty easily, like I have my Spy there. Okay, so he just has a Scout next to his General. I'm assuming this is probably a Captain or Major sort of piece. If I had my General there, that would be convenient. I could just take it out, but... oh well. Okay. He's probably going to take that with a Colonel or something stupid like that. Hope it's not his Marshal. That would be sad. No, I'll take a Captain. That's pretty good. I imagine he'll move in between these two now. Yes. Okay. So I'm up a Major and a Captain, down a Lieutenant and a Sergeant, and of course a Colonel. I'm going to leave that there. I'm bluffing this as the Spy, obviously, but I'm a little bit worried about him maybe coming down with a good piece. Well, I know his second Colonel's here, so it could only be his Marshal or a Major. I mean, he could come down with a Major. I think what he might do is come down with the Marshal and then make me hit it with my Major, because I think I'm trading Majors or something like that. So I do need to be a little bit careful, and I'm going to develop the center a little bit just so that I can bring my Spy out, just in case he has scouts, or maybe it's the last scout, lying in wait. If I recall, this is a Lieutenant. Yeah, okay. I'll go ahead and move in, just see what he does. Okay. Well, this is my last scout, so I guess I'm probably not going to want to just waste it completely. I'm gonna come up with a captain because all he has is one major left, otherwise I know the general and the colonel, and I wouldn't mind giving a captain for martial information. Okay, so he's gonna hit me, I'm gonna hit that. Perfect. Great hit. That's a very good attack. 2 pieces with that captain. Okay, well that's a bit annoying, especially because I could have stopped that with my major, but oh well. Got a minor for it, at least, I guess. It's not too bad. I'm going to come up with this captain. So ideally he hits me with his lieutenant, and he does, and I can probably bluff this major as a good piece, because he doesn't know what the major is. I will scout this. Yep, I figured that was probably the marshal. Okay, I'm going to check this piece. Could be his last major. Oh, it's a captain. Okay. Alright, I'll go ahead and take this captain out. So I'm not quite sure what to do here. That could be his last major. I want to try to bluff this as my spy. Okay. I assume he's going to trade that, and just in case this was a minor or something like that, I wanted to block it with my general. Okay, very good. I'm glad to get that piece off the board. So we know his colonel here. His general, of course, is here. Actually, he's kind of in big trouble here, because I have a ton of pieces. Like, captains and lieutenants. He might actually lotto. Now this captain is moved, but I think he's forgotten about that. So I'm going to go ahead and trade this off, and then I'm going to move the captain. Unless he has realized that now and he'll take it. Yeah, okay. That's fine. I don't mind doing that at the expense of a trade. I just need to get in position to defend. Minor, makes sense. So I want to guard these 2 lanes, is what I really need to do. Okay, so he'll probably come down here and trade minors, which is fine with me. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and trade that, because otherwise he could move over, I would have to move my captain over, and then he would be in a position to attack. So I'm going to trade that proactively. So I'm up a major and a captain, but I am down a sergeant. Probably wasn't as able to give up that captain here as I thought. Okay, so I don't know any bombs of his. I don't think I've even tested so much any of these pieces here. So if we do a trading game, I'm just not sure how things would work out necessarily. I guess if he reveals his setup, that could be good for me. I would be willing to take a draw, though. I thought I was up more, but I gave away that captain. I gave up all 3 control of the lanes. Okay. I will request a tie. I would be okay with that. Alright, so he doesn't want a tie, so he's going to have to progress the game himself. I really don't think that's a minor, so I'm just going to let that go. I think it's a sergeant pretending to be a minor. He wants me to hit it or something. So I'm content to shuffle right now. Okay, that's fine. So I think the way for him to progress the game would be to trade lieutenants, and I want him to do that on my non-flag side so that I have time to get my other pieces, like my sergeant and such, into position when the trading battle starts. I'm not really sure what he's doing right now. He doesn't seem to be advancing the game very much. I would expect him to just go and try to trade lieutenants. I guess I can just be annoying and avoid the trade. Okay, so I have my sergeant into position. Yes, I am playing for a draw. I am just shuffling. That is correct. I will admit that. I am doing it shamelessly. I don't feel like I'm in a position where I can win this game. Okay, definitely want to make sure I can maintain the 2 square rule here. I don't want to just get this sergeant out before he... I'm going to do that. I think he's going to lotto that minor. Nope, okay. If he had lottoed that minor, I would have retaliated with a lotto of his pieces here. But I'm okay with the situation. I do want to avoid that. And I have to make sure I'm mindful of all the 2 square rules and such going on over here. Okay, I'm okay with just shuffling here. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So he had to drag a sergeant all the way from over there. I think just to annoy him, just in case, I'm going to put my major here. I'm pretty sure this is a minor based on how he's acting. Yeah. So he's obviously going to not trade that. I just feel like I can't progress the game. If I advance with minors, he's just going to kill it with one of his sergeants. And then I would throw the game that way. I think trying to eke out a draw is my best move here. Not the most exciting gameplay. But I'm only up 2 pieces. If I could control all 3 lanes, then I would probably attack. But as it stands, he can trade off this last sergeant, and his sergeant can control this lane, and my minors can't do anything about it. So I don't feel like there's anything for me to do here. I think progressing would be unwise. So I will just continue shuffling, and I mean, there is an auto draw. So even if he refuses my draw offers, as he has, the auto draw will kick in unless he makes another attempt to progress the game. I don't know about that request, but I'm going to ask him if he wants to draw or not. I think progressing the game would be unwise and would cause me to lose. I can't control all 3 lanes. I highly, highly doubt he's bombed in 2 sergeants. That would be the only way where I could claim control of all 3 lanes. So, is this a minor, perhaps? Okay. Well, he has progressed. That's good. I'm thinking maybe behind here is another sergeant. Although, I don't mind trading minors. That's good for me. Because that negates his chance to win. I'm thinking he might have his... I think he might have 1 sergeant here. That would make a little bit of sense. Because he dragged a sergeant all the way from over here to trade previously. So it makes sense the other one would have to be either buried or even farther away. Like he wouldn't have a sergeant sitting here or a sergeant sitting here. Okay, I'm gonna get my major in a bit of positioning here. Yep, so that is his sergeant, as I predicted. Oh man, that's rough. Okay. Huh. Okay. I really did think that was his sergeant. I'm not sure if he's barricaded them in or what. I don't know, it doesn't really make much sense. Okay. So let's see, he's got 6 bombs and he's got a few possibilities here. Okay, interesting. Alright, so, I mean, I imagine he's got more pieces than what he's showing. I'm going to avoid advancing. This is very confusing, but if this is his last minor, which it wouldn't really make sense. Well, it wouldn't make sense to be either piece, because why would he bomb in 2 sergeants? But then why would he drag a sergeant all the way from over here when he had a sergeant sitting here? Okay. So, I have my draw either way, but it looks like I have the opportunity to guess one of his pieces here with my minor. So, I thought for sure I'd lost that game when I gave him my major for a minor, and then I trapped my... Yeah. I don't think we're going to do a tie anymore. I'm at least going to take my chances. So obviously I have to get the captain and a... okay, so and I have to think about this here. So I think, where is pieces spawn from where it makes sense to have a flag? We had Colonel. I'm going to tell him, I can't believe you bombed into sergeants. Okay, so we had Colonel here. So I would be silly to advance with minors when you still had sergeants available. I really think he did. So I imagine they are bombed in. Because if he had sergeants, he would have just advanced with them. Okay, so we had Colonel here. Then we had Major, General. The Marshal came from somewhere over here. So that's a little bit challenging. Okay, so I'm thinking it's probably not all the way back here. Well, I've only got one chance here. I might as well take it. I know, so 2 sergeants are here, obviously. I really don't think he would have 3 pieces with, I mean, General, where he had Colonel, Major, General. I mean, maybe it's there, but I don't know. One thing that's bothering me a little bit is when I advance with my minor, he didn't even bother taking the 2 square advantage on it. He just kind of let it be. That makes me think it might be somewhere in here. Okay. I'm kind of between these two. I mean, it could very well be neither of those, but I guess I'm gonna hit this. Okay, bomb, and then it'll take me with his sergeant. Alright, GG. So it looks like I will get my draw after all. Alright, and there's my draw. So you can see our head-to-head ratio here, slightly in his favor. That's our second draw now. 5 points. I mean, that's a pretty decent game. If I had known that both of his sergeants were bombed in, I probably would have been able to progress the game, and probably be able to guess with maybe even 2 minors. But I mean, I'm happy with that. I think that's a good result overall, especially against the number 3 player. So I am pleased with that. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.